Hello everyone and welcome to our Human Capital Minute. Today we are highlighting employee life cycle in nursing. My name is Dr. David Frederick Makobe. I'm the President and CEO of African Wood Incorporated, a consultancy in human capital focusing on healthcare. We recruit foreign educated health professionals for placement in US health facilities. We are certified ethical recruiters. To survive and thrive in today's knowledge worker ecosystem, human capital practitioners must know their key employees and assume that every day is their last day. In the end, even the best employee will have to be offboarded. The question is, are you ready for the day when you don't have to let go or offboard your best worker? The healthcare industry has a high rate of human capital attrition through burnout and turnover, specifically among nurses. In recruiting foreign educated registered nurses, we endeavor to ensure that the facilities where we place them have mitigation processes to guard against burnout. And in dealing with all these organizations, we have found that excellent organizations manage employee life cycle through a robust human capital strategy to maximize employee productivity, maintain high levels of employee satisfaction, and promote personal and professional development. Here is a breakdown of how they might handle each of these phases. And we always use this one as a gauge, to see whether the organizations to whom we place the nurses we recruit from overseas rate. First, we'll start with what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the employee life cycle, and the life cycle starts with recruitment. And then after you recruit, you need to onboard your nurses or your professionals. After you onboard them, you must develop and train them. Human capital is the skills and abilities they bring to you, but you must continually develop it. And you must measure them. You must manage the performance and measure it. Then you must retain your talent. As you try to retain your talent, you must get involved with succession planning. As we said in the beginning, even the best employee will one of these days have to be offboarded. As you do a succession planning, you need to have strategies or processes in place for humane offboarding of personnel. And then you have to have a continuous improvement process in place so that you continually perfect it, and then of course we'll close. So with that in mind, let's go and look at what we expect you to do. In recruitment, effective organizations invest in finding the right talent. Often focus strategies for identifying potential hires. The strategy would involve using social media, job fairs, employee referrals, and working with recruitment agencies. Of course, we are biased. We would rather that you work with the recruitment agencies because we are one. We recruit nurses, so we like to work with facilities to make sure that they get the right hires and that they are not spending their time and the capital badly. And also, we also always say that they must prioritize cultural fit, because all nurses go to school, they have clinical skills, but will they be able to fit in your organization or in your community? Do they have the ability, skills, knowledge, and expertise to do that? So as a recruitment agency, we specialize in identifying nurses who can fit in your organization. So as an organization, you must have a human capital strategy that allows you to utilize the capacities, capabilities in the market, in the society, to be able to identify the right person so that you can be able to retain them. After you have found the right candidate or right nurse, you need to onboard them. It's essential to have a structured onboarding program to help them understand their roles and responsibilities. It's the company or the facility's responsibility to ensure that the hires understand their roles and their responsibilities. They understand the culture and the expectation. A structured onboarding program reduces the learning curve and ensures that they gain momentum early. So the responsibility falls squarely on the facility, and also it actually shows the culture of the company. If you onboard them and they're able to reduce their learning curve, then you are actually on your way to reducing attrition. After you onboarded them, exit organizations have an ongoing training program for skills enhancement, leadership, and behavioral skills. Development and training keeps the workforce agile, innovative, and ready to adapt to the dynamics of business. As you go on training and working with your hires, you must have a structured way of managing performance and measuring it. You must create a continuous feedback loop of a coaching culture and feedback culture. It cannot be a situation whereby you only tell them what to do and they don't tell you how they feel or how it's going. It must have an open communication, a culture of open communication where you can manage performance and also get feedback from the people who are performing. Regular performance reviews are essential, but the best organizations go beyond that. They create a continuous feedback and coaching culture, focusing on individual strengths and growth areas, goal setting, and recognized as an essential role. Retention. Beyond compensation, excellent organizations create an appealing work environment that cares about the employees' well-being, work-life balance, and growth opportunities. An appealing work environment may include benefits like flexible working hours, mental health resources, a supportive company culture, employee assistance programs, emotional intelligence application in human capital reduces burnout and turnover. So human beings have emotions, have feelings, have opinions, and they cannot be treated like machines. You must understand how they feel, and you must teach them to know how you feel. And your communication must be non-violent. You must communicate and reduce noise in the communication. If you have a message and the channel, and the message giver and the receiver, but there's a lot of noise in there, communication cycle, you lose the message. And therefore, even if you are giving good feedback, how you give it, where you give it, how it's processed determines whether you'll be a successful organization and your human capital will come through with what you expect of them. Even if you do all this, all human beings are mortal. Even your best employee is a human being. That means we must always plan for succession. We must always plan that they will not be there. So the organization future is considered with strategic succession planning, which involves identifying and nurturing talent to take on leadership roles in the future. The successful plan also involves cross-training to increase the versatility of the workforce. Succession planning may be even for a week. What if somebody falls sick? What if somebody calls out? Do people in the organization have skill sets that can help them or take over responsibilities where somebody is just not coming today, or if he doesn't come in or only decides today is the last day? So succession planning is a very key activity in an excellent organization when dealing with employee life cycle. Okay, when everything is said and done, at the end of the employee life cycle is just as crucial as the start. Okay, you must have a plan as to how to offboard an employee. Companies with the robust human capital strategies conduct exit interviews to glean insights about areas of improvement and maintain an alumni network to foster long-life relationship. The fact that people are leaving doesn't mean they will never come back or they should never come back, or that they cannot use the knowledge gained to improve your organization. So it's always good to stay in the good books of the people who leave, because they'll tell you as it is. They'll know where you had weaknesses that could be improved. They'll know where you were doing things that you shouldn't have been doing. And if you talk to them properly at the exit interview or in the alumni networks, they'll be able to help you improve your organization. So offboarding is key, and it's important. How it's handled separates organizations. Those organizations that maintain alumni networks thrive. Those who cut off links and burn bridges will always be isolated and will suffer. And then we come back to, after doing all those things, excellent organizations constantly refine each aspect of the employee life cycle on the ongoing basis. Feedback, changing business requirements, and so that just like in any other business process, when you start, it's not perfect, it's rough, but as you perfect it, as you use it, it becomes perfect. But you cannot be tied to it permanently, but you have to continually improve on it. In closing, by managing the employee life cycle in this thorough and comprehensive way, excellent organizations ensure that they foster optimum growth and performance for their employees, while also benefiting the organization on a whole. So, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to talk to me, there's a link there. You can book an appointment and we'll be able to help you with the organization. Thank you very much. And again, this is Dr. David Frederick Amakobe of African Root Incorporated. I will see you in the next one.